Hi guys, it's about 7 o'clock now, so I'm a little bit later coming on. I normally come on a few minutes early, but that's fine. There were two questions I was going to ask of you actually. One is, if you watch these videos and there's an exercise that you struggle with, just whiz me a message, a private message or something afterwards, because I can always adapt the exercises, or even, you know, give you an adaptation just for yourself if there's something you really struggle with. For the second question, I have no idea what it was. So if I think of it throughout the class, then I will stop and ask the question. So really good to have you all with us again tonight with Run Talk Run. It's a great group that Nick put together basically for people in Redditch to go out and run, don't have to run fast and have a conversation at the same time. Really good for mental health, emotional health and for physical health. So welcome to our Pilates class this evening. This is about 30 minutes long, so I'm going to go straight into the exercises after a couple of minutes warm up. So the first thing that we need to remember is that Pilates is all about small movements, fluid movements, and using your core muscles. Okay, so we're going to do a really good workout this evening. So the first thing we need to do is to get into neutral position and centre ourselves, I guess is what I want to say. So I want you to soften your knees. I want you to make sure that whether you're standing on a mat or a bath towel or a carpet, your big toe, your little toe and your heel are firmly embedded into the ground, just like when you're at the seaside on the beach and you want to make a mark. So you want those three marks, big toe, little toe and heel, firmly embedded into the ground. Soften your knees and to pull your shoulders back and down. Now a little something that I didn't learn today, because I sort of knew it but picked up on today, is that most of us stand with our shoulders forward. And your shoulders should actually be in line with your ear. So you need to pull your shoulders back. That's the stance that we're looking for our Pilates. Okay, so if you want to just rock forwards and backwards just a couple of times to make sure that you are centred and that you've got some balance, that would be fantastic. Okay, and then as always, I'm going to turn to the side and show you my fat tummy, which is getting fatter during this lockdown because I'm baking too much. And I want you to get into neutral spine. So neutral spine is neither having your bottom stuck out or forward. It's aligning your pelvic bone and your hips. Okay, so somewhere just rock yourself backwards and forwards a little bit and then find somewhere in the middle. So for me that's about there. So I'm now in neutral spine. I've pulled my tummy button in towards my spine. Okay, so I'm starting to use my muscles straight away. My shoulder blades are down towards my back pockets, soft knees, and I'm ready to go. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to just stretch our neck muscle. This muscle that comes down here is called, can't pronounce it right, but it's something like the sternocleidomastoid, and it's a muscle that we often shorten because if we're at computers or we teach or something, so we've got our head forward, you're shortening that muscle. So what I want you to do now is lengthen it. So what we're going to do is lengthen our head up, okay, as though somebody's pulling our head up. They've got a string and they're pulling my head up towards the ceiling, and we're just going to gently move our head right ear to right shoulder and left ear to left shoulder. So let's start off first of all. So we're going to go right ear to right shoulder. You can feel that muscle pulling now. And then left ear to left shoulder. Back to the middle. Right ear to right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Just a couple more of these. I'm creaking away. Right ear to right shoulder. And then left ear to left shoulder. And then what we're going to do now is some half semicircles with our head. So we're just going to move our head to the right. And when it gets to the back, we're going to take it to the front. And again. Okay. So it's just like a semicircle with your head. Well, you're drawing a sort of a letter C on the ceiling. And then the other side. So I'm now going to the left. Okay. And I'm really giving my head a good stretch here. Okay. And one more. So drawing that letter C and then coming back round. Okay, and now we're going to just work our shoulders a little bit. So we're just doing some shoulder rolls backwards and then we're going to do some shoulder rolls forward, just to start our upper back and our shoulder joints, to warm them up and get them working. Okay, so now a few shoulder rolls forward. Actually, I don't think I need to warm up. It's been absolutely roasting today, hasn't it? And it's very warm in here, and I have to have the door shut because of the dog. Okay, and then we're going to take our arms out so that we're in almost a T position. So arms straight, not down, not too high, just straight. And we're going to do some arm circles. Okay, so forwards. And try and switch your arms on. By that I mean almost stretch your fingers towards the walls. Okay, and then we're going to go backwards. So I can really feel that my arms are starting to work here. Okay, and now we're going to do some push-ups with our arms. So we're in almost like a H. So again, not down, not too high up, just straight out. And we're just going to push our arms up and keep your arms switched on so that you can start to feel those muscles in your upper arms working. And I can actually feel my finger joints as well. Okay, so push up again, bring your arms down. We do a couple more of those. So well done, because this is, you'll start to feel this pretty quickly in your upper arms for sure. Your triceps at the back of your arms, you can feel this, and your biceps. Okay, one more. And then bring your arms back down to your T position. And what we're going to do now is just some wrist circles. So I'm not moving my whole arm, I'm just moving my wrists and starting to loosen up my wrist joints. Forwards. I've got one of them creaking and the other one seems okay, but it's my right hand that's creaking and I'm right-handed, so that's pretty normal actually. You will find you have a difference between your right and left side of your body. If you're right-handed, your right side of your body will be slightly more flexible, and if you're left-handed, it'll be your left-hand side because that's the side you move most. Okay, so let's take our arms down now, and we're just going to do some side bends. So it's just gently moving down to one side, so down to the left, and then coming back up and down to the right and coming back up, and this will start to stretch your oblique muscles which run down the side of your body. So as that one is stretching, the other side is contracting. Okay, and down. Really good for your waist, this is. And down again. Doesn't matter how far down you go. If you can go all the way to your knee, that's fabulous. If you can just go a little bit of the way, that's good as well. It really doesn't matter. Pilates is all about the individual. It's not about us all doing the same exercises exactly to the same standard. Okay, so now what we're going to do is a couple of roll downs. Okay, so we're just going to imagine we've got a peach or a nectarine under our chin. So you're going to take the chin down slightly, but you're not going to squash that nectarine. Keeping your shoulders back and your tummy button pulled in, guys, because you're still in neutral spine. And we're just going to roll down all the way to the floor. Second one I'll do sideways on for you to see more easily. If you can only get to your knees, that's fine. If you can go all the way down to the floor, that's absolutely fine. And then we're coming back up slowly, slowly. Just almost peeling up one vertebrae at a time and keeping that peach or nectarine under your chin. We're going to do 3 of these. So on the second one, here we go. So breathing through your nose as you start to prepare for your exercise. So pop the nectarine there and then breathe out. Exhale as you go down, and you're giving a really good C curve to your spine. You're literally going down vertebrae by vertebrae. Hang on there for a second and then come back up. Can you feel the stretch in your lower spine, especially here, guys? You should be able to feel that stretch. It's a really good one. So on the third one, breathing through your nose and out through your mouth. Exhale as you go down. Okay, so all the way to the floor. And then when you get there, I want you to just hang like a rag doll. Okay, you will now feel a stretch in the spine, the lower spine especially going up to the middle. Okay, your shoulders should be quite relaxed, and you'll feel a stretch going up the back of your legs, so up your calf muscles into your hamstrings. Okay, really good stretch. So now what I want you to do is to just go down onto your hands and knees. If you want to go straight to hands and knees, that's fine. Or if you want to pop your palms on the floor, pop your feet back and go into a downward dog first, that's great. Okay, if you're doing downward dog, make sure that your shoulders aren't up by your ears, that they're away from your ears, and then down onto your knees. Okay, and we're going to do cat-cow. So cat-cow is just literally palms on the floor, tummy button scooped in, and you're arching your back just like a cat when it's ready to have a cat fight. Okay, and then as you exhale, you come down. Now just do these in your own time. Okay, so we'll do 3 or 4 of these. So up into the cat, and I'm down into the cow. And when I come into the cow, I make sure that my back is, the arch in my back is emphasised. Okay, and I'm relaxing my back. So I'm now stretching it up into a C curve, really good for my spine and the muscles that run down the side of your spine, and then down, and that's a really relaxed cat or a cow. Okay, and then up and then down. Okay, we're going to go straight into a balance. So we bring our back into neutral, so it's neither up nor down. Tummy button's pulled in, and we're going to do some balance. So with balance, I'm going to take my right arm out, right, and I'm going to take my left leg. Okay, and they're just going to be parallel, and I'm just going to balance for a few minutes. Well, not minutes, seconds. So well done if you've got this, guys. Balance is really good. And then I'm going to take them back. Okay, and then I'm going to use my left arm, and that's going to come up, and my right leg. Woo! I'm having a little bit of a balance problem there. Okay, and then back. And then I'm going to take them again, so right arm and left leg. And my head, I'm not looking up, I'm just looking ahead or sort of towards the end of my mat. Okay, because I don't want to put any strain on my neck. This is good for your wrists as well. Probably feel that you can you're using your wrist joints here. And then one more, so left arm and right leg. Okay, when you're doing this, it's important that you don't put your leg up too high because you will fall over. And what's really important is that you do opposite arm to opposite leg, because somebody did tell me a funny story where one person did right arm and right leg, and of course they fell over. So yeah. Okay, so that's the balance. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to go back into child's pose. So your bottom goes towards your feet, your knees come apart. It's easier to do child's pose when your knees are further apart. And then you just pop your arms down and your forehead. And can you feel that stretch again in your lower back? Great. And we're just going to move our arms over. So we're going to walk our hands over to the left, and I'm going to stretch my right arm. Again, this is stretching my oblique muscles. In fact, I can feel all the way down from my upper arm, all the way down through the side to my hip. And then we walk back to the middle and over to the right hand side. And when you get as far as you want to go to the right hand side, you stretch your left arm. And that's a really good stretch, I can feel that. So well done, guys. And then back to the middle, and we'll do one more stretch either side. So walk over to the left, head down, stretch your right arm. Okay, back to the middle, walk your hands back to the middle, and walk them finally over to the right hand side. And when you get as far as you want to go, stretch your left arm. Wow, that's a fabulous stretch down here, isn't it? Really good for those muscles. Really good for strengthening and lengthening. And then back to the middle. Okay, so now onto your tummy. So just pop your legs flat on the floor. Okay, you can have your toes pointed, or if you want to tuck them under, if that's easier for you, then that's fine. It's completely up to you. We're just going to do a couple of baby cobras. So baby cobra is just your arms at your side. Okay, so your palms are sort of at the side of your head. Your forehead is on the floor. And then you're just going to lift your upper body, your chest really, just up a little bit. Okay, so can you see? That's baby cobra. We're not coming up for cobra, it's coming all the way up. This is just baby cobra. So hold that. Just look at the front of your mat, or just slightly ahead. Don't lift your head up, okay? We don't want neck strain. And back down. And this is really good for the upper body and the arms. So up, okay. Are you remembering to keep your tummy button pulled in towards your spine? And then down. Because we are still in neutral spine here, guys. and one more up and then down. So what I want you to do now is just roll over, okay, onto your back, and we're going to do some mat exercises on our back. So the first one we're going to do is called the piriformis stretch. Now the piriformis runs down here, and a lot of people do get pain from the piriformis. You can feel the pain in your buttock or going down through your hip into your to your thigh. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have one leg out straight. So for me it's my right leg, and I'm going to have my palms on the floor. I'm going to bring my left leg over my right leg, and I'm just stretching it. Now if you want to gently stretch it a bit further, pop your hand just above your knee and really pull that thigh down, and you'll feel the stretch coming down here. Okay, so just hold that for a couple of seconds, and then pop your left leg flat on the floor, bend your right leg and take it over your left leg, and again if you want to pull it slightly down you can, and you'll feel that stretch. Okay, if you want to pop your foot down in front of the knee so it's on the floor, you've got a bigger stretch, so it depends how far you want to go with this exercise. But I've actually got my right foot on the floor in front of my left knee, and I'm just pressing gently just to give that a really good stretch down here. Okay, so now you're going to pop both feet flat on the floor, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of roll-ups. So I want you to have your hands stretched out behind your head, okay, your legs stretched out. Now what I want you to do, and I always have a problem with this exercise and I tell everybody every time I do a class, so what you need to do is breathe in through your nose as you bring your head and chest up. And then as you go further to sit up, you need to exhale, and I want you to stretch out in front of you, not touching your toes, just stretching out in front. So I'm going to have to do it as one movement, guys, else I'll never get up. So here we go. So breathe in through your nose and then exhale through your mouth as you come up. Okay, so I'm stretching out. Can you see? I'm not going for my toes like some exercises do. I'm just stretching out and giving a nice C curve to my spine, okay? And then I'm going back, and as you go back slowly, 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 slowly. Try not to drop down. Arms straight out behind your head, okay? So we'll do that again. We're going to do 5 of these. So, okay, you can see this takes some effort, so you're doing a great job out there. Okay, just stretching. Can also feel this in the back of my legs, so again good for hamstrings, good for your legs. And we're going to go back. Okay, so I'm just breathing normally as I go back, but I am keeping my tummy button pulled in because I'm really using my core. Okay, here we go again. If you struggle with this, you can tuck your feet under something if you've got a sofa or somewhere that you can tuck your feet under, or just get somebody to hold them until you get used to this exercise. So here we go again, we're going back. Okay, arms over our head, palms facing each other, breathing in through our nose and then exhaling as we come all the way up. And a really good stretch here. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open our legs wide, and we're just going to do some rotation of the waist. So you can either put your arms like a Russian dancer, one on top of the other, or you can have them open. It's completely up to you. And we're just going to rotate. So we're just rotating the top half of our body. We're not moving our hips. So we're just rotating round and looking over our right shoulder. And then we're going back to the middle, and then we're going to the left. Okay, and again, just go as far as you can without moving your leg. It's very tempting to try and get further back, but that's not the object of the exercise. The object of the exercise is to just use the top half of your body. We're using our waist, okay, and if you're doing it like a Russian dancer, then you just again come round to the side like this and back, and we'll do a couple more. So to the left, you're just looking over your shoulder. Okay, and now to the right. I'm doing well to remember which is right and left, I can tell you. I'm not very good with this. And then one more to the left. So just looking over your shoulder and back to the centre, and one more over the right. And then back to the shoulder. That's really good spine twist actually for you. We're now going to go into bow and arrow. So what we do is, it's easier to have your legs bent. If you have them out straight, that's fine, but it's sort of a step on from a beginner's class. So I'm going to have my legs bent, okay? I'm going to have my arms out in front of me, and then I'm just going to bring one back, okay, as I look over my shoulder. So slightly different to the spine twist that we just did. So just come back slightly, okay, into a C curve, and then we look over our right shoulder and we go back. And then with our left arm coming back like a bow and arrow, and then back. If you want to come down a little bit more, that's even harder for your abs. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to stay up or if you want to come back. So over our left shoulder. And if you're pulling your tummy button in, you'll really be working your abs here. You'll feel them. Right, and we'll do one more each side. So left. And then right, bow and arrow. Okay, and then if you just take yourself down, what we're going to do now is some leg exercises. So the first thing I want you to do is single leg stretch. So with one leg bent and the other one flat, I'll do this, it's easier to do it this way for the camera. So I have my right leg outstretched and my left leg bent, and I'm just going to bring my top half of my body up. I'm not straining my neck, okay, so don't try and bring your head up like that. Still have room for that peach, okay, so you're just bringing up your chest and you put your hands around the leg that's bent, and then we're just going to swap legs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are just single leg stretches. 7, tummy button pulled in. 9, 10, we'll do 15, 11, no 16, 12, 13, well done, 14, 15, 16, well, pull your legs in, pull your knees into your chest. I did say last week we'd work our abs a little bit, and that's what we are doing here. Okay, so we're now going to do scissors. So I'm going to go up towards being on my shoulders. If you want to stay with a flat back, that's fine. But if you have a flat back, make sure that your back is pressed into the mat and you don't have a gap under there. Okay, so I'm going to come up onto my shoulders a little bit, and I'm just going to scissor my legs across. Okay, so we're going to do 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then bring yourself down gently, okay, and up to a sitting position. What we're going to do here, no, I've had a change of mind actually. We're not going to do our sitting exercises yet. I've got a board here with a few things. We're going to do some little curl-ups, some tiny little curl-ups, where we're going to scissor and go across to each side of our body. So what I want you to do is knees bent, arms behind your head interlaced, and as you come up, I want you to take your right arm towards your left knee. Okay, again, you're not coming up an awfully long way, it's just a little bit. Then over to the other side, over to the left, and you're literally taking your elbow towards your knee. You're not bringing the knee towards your elbow. One more each side, to the right, and then to the left. And now we're going to do something very similar to that, but actually touching. So what I want you to do is, for this exercise, in between touching each knee, your head goes back down onto the floor. So we lay with our head on the floor, our back is flat, our feet are flat on the floor, and we're literally just going to twist up and put our left hand to our right knee, and then back, and then the other side. Okay, left to right and back, right to left and back, left to right and back, right to left and back, left to right and back, right to left and back. And now we're going to go into a bridge. So just to sort of finish off, because the time is 7:25, I can't believe where this goes. I plan these classes and I do plan too many exercises in, which is why I left the sitting ones. So feet flat on the floor, tummy button scooped in all the way, so that tummy button is almost going through to our spine. Palms down, shoulders back and shoulders relaxed. You're not using your head or your neck here. You're just using your core muscles to pull your body up into a bridge. Okay, and if you need to use a little bit of extra effort, then just dig your heels in. So all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, almost up onto your shoulders or your upper back, whatever is easier for you. You're now using the muscles in the top of your legs. So, because we've used a lot of thighs, but the side of our thighs, and then peel back down. Okay, and on the third bridge we're going to stay up. So peel up, okay, all the way up. Okay, hold it for a few seconds and then peel back down. Fabulous. And then on the third bridge we're coming up, okay, as high as we can. So pull your bottom in as tight as you can, and we're just going to pump our arms. We're going to do 30. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. And then let yourself down very gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, and just bring yourself up into a seated position. Now that literally is our sequence for tonight. I'm just checking, I don't think I've missed anything out really. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring ourselves up to a standing position, and then that's the end of the session. I can't believe how quickly half an hour has gone. So if you want to just go onto your hands and knees, okay, tuck your toes under, have your legs hip width apart, push yourself up and back, and as I said, make sure that your ears are away from your shoulder blades. You'll feel this in the back of your legs, guys. Okay, and then walk your hands towards your feet and roll yourself up slowly, 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 slowly. And we'll finish off with just a couple of shoulder rolls, just to get our body back into normal state, because we've been exercising. I don't know if it's hot, if that's why, but I do feel as though I've worked quite hard this evening. Okay, and we'll just do a couple of ear to shoulders and the other side. I always plan with these sessions that I'll finish one of them with just a 5-minute relaxation slot. So next week I'll cut down on a couple of exercising. We'll just do 5 minutes relaxation at the very end, because we just don't seem to have time. One more. And then we're just going to do a big sweep down and then up, sweep down and then up, and sweep down and then up. Pop your palms together. Thank you very much, and namaste. And have a great evening, what's left of it. It's only 7:30. It's absolutely glorious weather out there, so hopefully you'll pop into the garden and have maybe a gin tonic or a glass of wine, or even just an elderflower tonic water. Have a great night. Thanks guys, bye bye.